Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Claudia and today is going to be a nice and twisty class. So when we twist the body and create this motion of twisting, we maintain length and resilience in the soft tissue surrounding the spine. We also preserve mobility and range of movement in the spine, and most importantly, creating the motion of twisting can improve our digestive health and our gut health. Because when we twist the body, we expand the body, we create more space for food to flow through our gut. And twisting also stimulates and stretches our muscles in our abdominal area, which can massage our intestines and improve our digestion. So twisting is a really good thing to incorporate in your practice. So there are three major principles in twisting the body, and I want you guys to keep all three in mind during this practice. So the first one is that when we twist the body, we take a nice inhale and then we lengthen all the way from the crown of the head down to the tailbone, and as we exhale, we then deepen into the twist. The second major principle is that we have to keep in mind that we twist from the middle of the core, and that we not just move back the head, but we actually rotate the chest and the core all the way back, and we push the shoulder over to the opposite side to get that full deep twist. And the final major principle to keep in mind is that when we twist the body, we rotate the pelvis and the rib cage away from each other. So the pelvis goes to one direction and the rib cage goes to the opposite direction, and create this twisting motion in the spine. So we are going to be starting with a pranayama called kapalabhati breath, which is a really good way to stimulate blood circulation in the body and also to massage our intestines, since we use active exhales to push the navel into the spine. But let's start by coming into a cross-legged position, ground into your sitting bones. You can move anything that might be in the way. Place the palms resting onto the knees and take a nice big inhale and exhale through the nose. As you soften your shoulders when you exhale, keep the palms resting gently. Settle into the body here on your mats. And take this moment to let go of any expectations of yourself. And know that you can be present in this moment just as you are, without any judgments from me or from anyone else. Keep your prana flowing slowly in and out through your nostrils. Connecting your mind to the body, to the breath, and becoming one with yourself. Maybe even setting an intention for your practice. Take 2 more breaths down into the belly. Now you can release your right palm and place the right palm onto your lower belly, and just feel that area. Connect the palm into the belly. And keep your breath flowing calmly while your body is soft and light. So in kapalabhati breath, we take half an inhale, and on our exhale, we very actively push the navel into the spine. So imagine that you're pushing the palm into the belly to allow the belly button and the spine to move closer together. So we are pumping the belly. So let's try taking half an inhale. Exhale, push the navel into the spine. So we're tucking the tailbone slightly under. I'm just going to move over to the side so that you guys can get a better view. So we're gonna try doing this for a few breaths. Have an inhale, exhale, push. So we're gonna try and do this all together. Take half an inhale, exhale, push the navel into the spine. Inhale half. So feel how the belly is pumping in and out. And exhale, let go. We're gonna try doing this one more time. So keep the left palm resting onto the knee, right palm onto the belly. Take half an inhale, and always remember that if you're feeling faint, please stop. Take a nice big inhale and exhale slowly and come back into the body. It's so important that you listen to your body's boundaries here. But try placing the right palm onto the lower belly. Take half an inhale. Exhale, navel into spine. Pump the belly. Inhale and exhale, let go. So we're gonna try doing this one more time. Have an inhale, fill the belly. Exhale, pump the belly. And inhale. And exhale, release the shoulders. Exhale through the mouth, inhale through the nostrils. Exhale through the mouth. Very nice. So before we continue this practice, I just want you to keep in mind that if you are pregnant, I recommend that you try one of my other videos just to keep you and your baby safe. But for anyone else, I just want us to continue with this twisty practice and keep those 3 principles in mind. So we're going to start in a nice seated twist. Bend into the right knee and push the left knee over to the right side and push the left heel over to the right hip. Now place the right heel all the way over to the left side, over to that left hip. Now inhale as you reach the palms up and lengthen all the way from the crown down to the tailbone. And exhale, twist all the way from the core over to the left side. Push the left shoulder over to the right side. And you can grab onto the right foot and use the right elbow to get an even deeper twist. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, twist even deeper. Gaze all the way to the back of the mat for 2 full breaths. Exhale, release the chest back to center. And release the right foot. Now this time we're gonna let the right heel come all the way over to the left hip. And move the left heel over to the right hip. Crossing those legs. Inhale, reach up the palms, lengthen from the crown down to the tailbone. Extend the fingers. Exhale, twist the torso and the chest over to the right side and hook the left elbow around the right knee and place the right palm behind you. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, you can twist even deeper, looking to the back of the mat for 2 full breaths. And exhale, slowly let go, come all the way back to center. Now right away we're going to flip the feet over to the left side of the mat, place the right foot on top of the left knee. So both knees are pointing over to the right and the feet are pointing over to the left. Inhale, lift the palms to the sky. And exhale, twist the chest over to the right side, extend through the fingers into the ground, gaze to the back of the mat for 2 full breaths. Press into those fingers to keep your spine nice and tall. Final breath. And exhale, come back to center, bend those knees. Place the feet over to the right side, knees over to the left, and that left foot is resting on top of the right knee. Look to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift the palms up. Exhale, twist over to the left, place down those fingertips, extend through the arms, lengthen the crown of the head, look to the back of the mat for 2 full breaths. And exhale, rotate all the way back to center. Now extend both legs, and remember, you can always keep your knees micro bent, coming into that seated position. Now inhale as you lift the palms all the way up, and exhale, allow the right palm to grab onto the left foot or to the left ankle or the shin, and use the right palm to press the chest over to the left side, gaze to the left thumb, twisting that chest deeply over to the left, and you can use the pressure of the palm. Final breath. And exhale, slowly come back to center. Inhale, lift the palms all the way up. And exhale, twist the chest over to the right side, grab around the right foot with the left palm or the right ankle or the right shin. Press the right shoulder over to the opposite side and look all the way up to the right thumb. Take 2 full breaths. And exhale, come all the way back to center. Very good. Now flip the feet over to the side and come all the way onto your knees. Now you're gonna tuck the toes and flip the right foot over to the right side and extend the left leg and reach the left palm all the way up to the sky. Press into the glutes for 2 full breaths. Release the right palm as you exhale. Come all the way back to center. Now allow the left fingertips to come into the ground and extend the right palm all the way up and twist the left shoulder over to the top of the mat and allow the right shoulder to come further over to the back of the mat to get a nice twist for 2 full breaths. And exhale, plank down the palms. Bend the left knee and come back into your tabletop. Keep the toes tucked and flip the left foot over to the left side and extend the right. Reach the right palm all the way up. Squeeze into the glutes for 2 full breaths. A nice opener here. Release the left palm as you exhale. Come all the way back to center. Now allow the right fingertips to come into the ground and open up your body to the top of the mat. Press the left shoulder all the way back and gently press the fingertips into the ground for a nice twist for 2 full breaths. And exhale, plant down the palms, bend into the right knee and come back into your tabletop position. Keep your toes nicely tucked, root into the palms, extend through the fingers, take a nice inhale. Exhale as you lift the hips to the sky in your downward dog. We're going to walk the dog. Bend one knee at a time. Release the tension in those hamstrings. Shifting the weight onto the heels for 2 more breaths. Extending one hip at a time. And exhale, come into center. Now create some more space between the feet. Now start to release the right palm and wrap it around the left ankle and twist your chest over to the left side and look all the way up to the left armpit for 2 full breaths. Using that grip to further twist over to the left, 1 more breath. And exhale, release back down. The right palm come into center. Now start to twist your body over to the right side. Wrap the left palm around the right ankle and look over to the right armpit. Up to the sky for 2 full breaths. Dragging your chest over to the right, final breath. And exhale, plant down that palm and come back into the downward dog. Feet come together. Now we're gonna slowly start to take mindful steps all the way to the top of the mat, coming into a nice wide-legged fold. As you release down the crown of the head, let go of the palms and allow the belly to come further into the thighs for 2 full breaths. And exhale, let go. Press into the floor and create some more distance between the feet. Wrap the right palm around the left ankle and start to stretch the left palm to the sky and push the torso over to the left side for 2 full breaths. Lengthen all the way from the heels up to the sitting bones. And exhale, come back to center. Wrap the left palm around the right ankle and twist the chest over to the right and extend the right palm up. Push the right elbow and shoulder all the way back for 2 full breaths. And exhale, come all the way back to center. Keep the knees nice and micro bend for a few moments in a wide-legged forward fold. Release down the crown of the head for 2 full breaths. Now press into the palms and start to heel toe the feet together. We're going to sink into the hips and bend the knees. Place the palms at heart center. Tuck the tailbone slightly under to engage the core. Now once you find your balance here in your deep chair, you're going to twist the chest over to the left side and hook the right elbow around the left knee. Now we're going to lift away the right foot slowly, finding your balance, and take a nice big step all the way to the back of the mat, coming onto the high point of the back foot. Keep the palms at heart center and move the fingertips closer into the heart center and use that right elbow to twist even deeper. Now you can even try and release the fingertips and let the right fingertips hover above the ground and extend the left palm to the sky for 2 full breaths. Finding your balance, finding a point of focus. Now as you exhale, rotate the chest all the way to the sky and let the left palm come all the way over to the right hip and extend the right palm all the way behind you in that reverse twisted warrior for 2 full breaths. Now as you exhale, rotate back down the chest and plant down the right palm next to the left foot and extend the left palm back into the sky. And now let the right knee come into the ground. We're going to extend through the left knee and move the left hip all the way to the back of the mat in our half split for 2 full breaths. And exhale, bend into the left knee, frame the front foot, press away the right knee and step the left foot all the way back next to the right. Take 1 full breath. And exhale, bend into the knees and lift the hips to the sky. Walk yourself all the way to the top of the mat, taking slow steps. We're going to sink into the hips, bend into the knees, place the palms at heart center. Gaze to the top of the mat for 2 full breaths. And as we exhale, we're going to start to twist the chest over to the right side and hook the left elbow around the right knee and allow the fingertips to come into the heart center even more. Now lift away the left foot, and when you find your balance, you can take a nice big step all the way to the back of the mat. Look over to the right side, release the palms and allow the left fingertips to hover just above the ground. Extend through the right arm for 2 full breaths. And as you exhale, rotate the chest all the way to the sky. Allow the right palm to come all the way over to the left hip and flip the left palm all the way to the back of the mat for 2 full breaths. Exhale, rotate down the chest. Plant the left palm next to the right foot. Reach the right palm all the way up and let the left knee come into the ground. Now extend through the right leg and push the right hip back. And gaze to the right thumb for 2 full breaths. And exhale, bend into the right knee, frame the front foot. Now step away the left foot to release the left knee away from the mat and step the right foot down all the way next to the left, coming into that high plank. Allow the shoulders to come above the wrist, come onto the tippy toes for 2 full breaths. And exhale, bend into the knees and lift the hips all the way up. Inhale, reach the right foot to the sky. And exhale, right knee into chest and plant it between the palms. Now start to rotate the feet over to the left side of the mat. And let the palms come into the center of the mat. Now you can let the heels come facing each other and let the feet come out to the side. And bend into those knees, making sure that the knees are not above the toes. You can tuck the tailbone slightly under and push the hips forward in that goddess posture. Extend out the arms for 2 full breaths. And as you exhale, press into the floor with the feet and plant down the palms into the center of the mat and extend nicely all the way from the heels to the sitting bones. Now we're going to start to move the right palm over to the left foot. Release the left palm as you extend the left palm to the sky for 2 full breaths. Press into that right palm. And exhale, release. Now let the left palm come over to the right foot and lift the right palm all the way up to the sky for 2 full breaths. And exhale, release back down the palms into the center of the mat. Now we're going to start to rotate the toes all the way back to the top of the mat and let the palms come all the way into the top of the mat and step the left foot all the way over to the top of the mat. Find that deep forward fold as you release the crown of the head for 2 full breaths. Push the belly button into the thighs. And exhale, you're going to bend into the knees, place the palms at heart center. This time we're going to release the left foot and we're going to place the left knee into the back of the right knee for 2 full breaths, finding that balance point of focus in front of you. Now as you exhale, cupcake the left palm over to the left side of the mat. Extend the right palm to the sky. Now start to extend through the right leg, extend through the left, and push the chest over to the right side for 2 full breaths. In your twisted half moon, 1 more breath. And exhale, release down the right palm, release back down the left foot. And sink into the hips, sink into the knees, palms at heart center. Look to the top of the mat, ground into the feet. Extend the toes all the way out, rooting into the foot. Now we're going to remove away the right foot from the mat and place the right knee into the back of the left knee for 2 full breaths. And as you exhale, cupcake the right palm over to the right side of the mat. Extend through the left leg, extend the right leg, and release the left palm all the way to the sky for 2 full breaths. Twist the chest over to the left side. And exhale, let the palm come into the ground. Release back down the right foot. Very good. Now we're going to root into the palms and slowly walk the feet all the way back into our downward dog. Walk your dog for 2 full breaths. And as you exhale, bend into the knees. Allow the knees to come into the ground. Flip the feet over to the side, sink into one hip, and extend the legs all the way to the top of the mat. Now press into the palms, slightly round into the spine as you roll yourself all the way down to the ground through the vertebrae. Letting the body come all the way down, release the crown of your head. Now we're going to bend into the knees and release away the feet. Now we're going to take the left knee and twist it around the right. And hook the foot around the shin and allow the feet to come into the ground. Now start to move the hips over to the left side of the mat, and you can sink the knees into the right side of the mat. You can rest the right palm onto the knees, extend the left arm and look over to the left side of the mat for 5 full breaths. Let the left shoulder melt into the ground. Final breath. And as you exhale, slowly allow the knees to come back, facing the sky, and you can release away the legs. Now release the feet, and this time we're going to twist the right knee around the left and hook the right foot around the left shin. Place back down the feet and move the hips over to the right side of the mat and start to let the knees come into the left side of the mat. And you can extend the right palm all the way over to the right side and shift your gaze over to the right armpit. And keep the left palm resting onto the knees for 5 full breaths. And exhale, let the knees come back, facing the sky, and unhook the legs from each other. We're going to squeeze the knees all the way into the chest. Wrap your palms around the shins, grab onto the opposite elbows, and allow the lower back to be painted into the mat. Now we can start to draw some circles here with the knees, with the hips to massage the spine. Come all the way over to the sides. Getting some movement here, some intuitive movement, massaging that spine beautifully for 2 more breaths. And exhale, release back the knees. You can push into one elbow at a time to allow the torso to come back into center. And now we are done for today. I am so grateful that you decided to click my video and that you decided to spend your precious time to share your practice with me. I really hope that I will see you guys in my next video and that you will have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye!